Hi, community. How are you doing? It's Spirit Guide. How's everyone's 24 hours going? I hope everyone is doing really well. I know for me, I'm doing well. Just had a setback today. Had to get some things done. Couldn't finish everything, and sometimes I get a little upset about that. When I don't finish everything I set out to do, because working, I have a limited amount of time to do everything that I want to do. So, you kind of get frustrated with it. At least I do. That's my journey. With this healing thing I'm on. Hold on one second. I think I left the other door open. uh, Sorry about that. I sure did. um, when I have my personals, I have a door where people can exit. And sometimes I do it, like, in the patio or whatever, just to be outside in nature a little bit better. But I did not actually close the door. I forgot. So yeah. So anyway, so that's out the way. So now I'm secured. So yeah, so basically, learning through this journey, as I go along, like everyone else is, and learning that sometimes, you don't really need to complete everything all the time. Um, because maybe, you know, what you set out to complete at that time can be done at a different time. So learning, it doesn't matter. I don't care how old you get and, whatever. And I know sometimes when I watch some of my videos back, people are like, oh, you're always referencing, you're probably thinking I'm always referencing age or whatever. I guess so. I didn't realize I was though. And I know some people that I know that are, watch and they have my personal information. They've contacted me and I'm just like, you know what it is? I think when I say that, I'm not saying it in a negative way. I'm just saying it because it really is the truth. Like when I was, in my late 20s, I would have never imagined that the gifts that I ran away from, right? My spiritual gifts, I would have never thought those would have helped me in life and even helped me personally, and I'm able to share that gift with others. So, I do credit age a lot because then I think to myself, well, I've been through things for a reason, and I also know that, you know, things can get bad, in life. There are a lot of obstacles that come up, a lot of things that you have to deal with. And for me, it's always like, like my friends would say, like, you go through everything the worst. And I really feel like I honestly and truly do. Anything that's the most difficult to go through, your girl's been through it right here. Hand up, that was me. But the one thing I can say, which lets me know that my gifts do help, is that as I'm going through it, I get clues or ideas or something to help me say, "Oh wait, don't do this. It's going to get worse. Do this." And it actually helps out. And then in the end, victory becomes mine. So, even in situations that have not become victorious, and I have a few of those right now, where I was the one on the end that really had to suffer a lot. Um, it's still at some point like, you know, um, policy changed or people that were aware of what happened to me worked very hard, to assist me, and I didn't even know they were doing it. Okay. So that's why I think sometimes that, even in lessons that we learn in life, and even though it feels sometimes like it's difficult for us, you know, for me, I just take solace in knowing that as you continue to grow and as you continue to experience different things, you see the end result of a situation you were in. And it doesn't always happen right away. And see, that's where my problem comes in. I want everything right away. But I'm learning as I get older that that's not how things work. Everything has to work in time. Time is the only thing that's going to unveil what we need to know. Okay. So, I'm just letting you know that, just hopefully that'll be some kind of inspiration to somebody, and to let you know as my channel matures and it grows, and of course, as my gifts unfold, they might unfold more, they may not unfold more. Certain gifts might close, they might open. I mean, that's how my gifts work. They're not like, you know, like permanent. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not permanent. Like, oh, you're going to always have the gift of, you know, empath, to be an empath, or the gift of, you know, um knowing someone's emotions before they have them, or the gift of, just talking and your words are confirming someone else's situation without you knowing. And I always use an example from the Uber driver. I will never forget that. And I think I shared it, but I'll share it again, because, I know new people come to my channel all the time. So please hit the like button. I have a like thumb that I use now. But I had to use the battery for something else. So when I go to work tomorrow, I gotta pick up a new set of batteries. I had to, yeah, so I had a little fan that I use when I work. So I had to use the battery and the thumb for the battery and the fan. Because right now that was it gets hot where I am, where I work. It gets very hot. So I had to use it. But yeah, so basically, and actually, and I didn't even wind up using the fan, which was the crazy part, because the air conditioning was kicking that night, so I didn't need to use it. But my coworker, she was over there fanning all the time, and I was like, here, you can use it. So it's like a fan that goes around your neck, and she had it on, and that was a blessing for her, because she was fanning and it was weird. It was like every half an hour she'd be okay. Next thing you know, she got that fan going. So I was like, here, just use the fan. I was like, because it's kind of cold in here. I need my jacket, to be honest with you. But whatever, everybody's different. So that's what happened there. But we just all go through different things. But the Uber story, I'll tell you. So what happened was, I was coming home from physical therapy, and when I was coming home from physical therapy, they give you Uber rides home. And the Uber driver was this younger guy. He's like in his, I mean, not that much younger than me, I guess. He's in his 30s, whatever. And, or late 20s probably. And he was just there. And when he was driving me, for some reason, we were talking about 2020, right? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I don't, I was voicing my opinion on how I felt about medical at that time. I won't voice it on here. But I had a really strong opinion about how people were treated during 2020. And it just was, I thought it was a problem. I know everybody was afraid. I know it was like, a plague or whatever. But I really think humanity has to kick in at some point, especially in medical. You really can't not treat patients, like, and I saw that way too much at that time. So anyway, so I was telling him, he was like, yeah, you're right, but people were fed up, and because he was in medical, I was like, okay. So we were having a conversation, and then I said to him, people don't understand like how stressful things are, so I'm agreeing with him kind of, but I didn't know where that came from. And I was like, people don't understand the stressfulness sometimes. And I said, what's happened is, people don't realize, like, heart surgeons, cancer surgeons. And then I went back to heart surgeons. I said, heart surgeons really are stressed. One slip of the knife, you cut off a chamber, or, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking, And the guy looked through the rearview mirror at me, and he kind of squinted his eyes and like just opened them and then just kept driving. And I was like, yo, what was that? I'm about to get out this car, like in my head, right? And I was like, yeah, they don't understand heart surgeons. I mean, yeah, they make so much money, but it's so stressful. Then I said, especially now, we don't have a lot of African American, or I say black, but I'm trying to be politically correct. Um, African American heart surgeons, and unfortunately, our community, African American community, we have a lot of heart problems. So we have to go to doctors that sometimes don't understand everything that we have to go through, and they always think it's what we eat versus our genetic predisposition or whatever. Guess what, everybody? He said, I feel like I'm just gonna stop this car and end your ride. And I was like, what? Because now I'm getting upset. He said, how did you know that I already got into a heart surgeon program? I was like, what? I mean, I was bugging. I was like, what? What? I was like, I don't know you. He said, exactly. He said, that's why I looked at you. He said, I got accepted. I'm not going to say the hospital's name. It's a very prestigious hospital where I live. And he said, and I got accepted into their heart surgeon program 2 weeks ago. And he said, I have not given them the answer yet. He said, because I don't want to work with them. And I was like, well, why not? And he said the name. And I said, oh, well, that's why. They're really not known to be friendly to African American people. So he said, and I don't want to service that population. He said, I want to be there to service my people, right? He was African American too. And I said, look, and I was like, I'm telling you that I didn't know you. I don't know anything about you. I didn't even order the ride. The place I was at ordered the ride. So I said, so for me to have said that, it hit right on it. I said, maybe that's something you needed to hear. Okay. And I said, look, it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters the institution you work for, but it also matters the people you serve. That's really the people that matter. Yes, your coworkers need to be nice to you, but if more people like you don't enter those spaces that are uncomfortable, then guess what? When people like me who have insurance that will only pay for that place that doesn't treat African Americans right, or that takes advantage of us, or whatever it is, my insurance only pays for a place like that. So I don't have an option. I have to go there. And I say, wouldn't it be a blessing if you were there to greet me and you could work with me, understand me, and know me? And he was like, you're so right. And I said, but then also the other side of me says, don't sacrifice your happiness. Life is too short. I said, it's up to you. I said, but either direction, if your heart feels like you want to go into heart surgeon, go into it and decide the place later, if that's how it works. I don't know the procedure. I said, but I was called to tell you that for a reason. I said, because trust me, I know nothing about heart surgery. Okay. So he just had, and I never saw that before. He just had tears welling in his eyes. Oh, sorry. I had a little belch. Tears welling in his eyes. Because he just was blown away. I was scared because I don't know why I started talking about that. You understand me? So things happen for a reason, and these are my gifts. And as the channel moves on, you have to also, I wish everybody would remember too, I am human also. I am not only a content creator, I watch other people's channels. I comment, I do things, so it's like, I'm just I'm a very transparent person. I'm a 24/7 person, I call it. What you see is what you get. Right now you see hands. But the personality you see and know and get to know, that's just me. I don't apologize for it. I've never apologized for myself. I'm here for a reason. We're all here for a reason. We're all on this journey together. But I do believe that my channel I'm more geared to self-help. I'm more geared to strengthening the person. Chakra series will begin soon. Don't forget, in November. Those will be edited. Because I'm gonna do something a little different. It's gonna be cute. But those will be edited. So I'm just here to connect with people, like I said in my first few videos, in my tribe. right? Not everyone's in my tribe. My tribe may not have 900 million subscribers. My tribe may only have the subscribers I have now. But remember, it's like a chair at my table, each of my subbies. Each one of you are at a chair at my table. That's how I think in my head. So whenever I'm growing and more people are finding me and it's positive and things like that, then I love it because that's the energy I'm pulling on in recording. You understand? So yeah, so I'm just letting you know just something about me. It is Vlogtoberfest, right? And just letting you know who I am and giving you stories of my gifts. But that story of the Uber driver will never leave me. That will never leave me. And the car ride was so quiet after that. Both of us were just, because we both were like, and when I got out the Uber, he said, "You know what, ma'am? I'm going to call my wife and I'm going to let her know that we're going to sit down and look at these different schools, so and our bills, to see how we can both afford for me to go back." So he probably has gone into a heart surgeon program, right? So I believe in that wholeheartedly. We meet people for a reason. We meet people that are going, like, on our timeline. We meet people on our timeline for a reason. I got into that man's car at that time on that day, 2 weeks after he got his I guess his acceptance letter or something, and he had to make a decision and he hadn't made it yet. 2 weeks after he meets me, we have a conversation. I randomly start talking about cardiology, which I have no idea what I'm talking about. And this man is one who might be a future surgeon. Things like this, we can't make them up. So let's see tonight what else Spirit has for us, okay? All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everyone who is watching, everyone who is thumbs upping, okay? Everything. I know you have very busy lives, and I try to post. I've been posting every day, but I'm trying to post probably starting in November. I'm gonna do of course, the chakra series. And we might do some journaling together. So that's gonna be posting 3 days a week, okay? Because it's gonna be edited and they're gonna be longer, okay? And they're gonna have like interactions. It's gonna be cute. You're gonna see it. So that'll be November. And December, I'm excited for, because that's my first Vlogmas. I've never done that. So I'm gonna be excited about doing that, and that's posting every single day. So that'll be exciting. Okay, so let's go into what we are going to do. So the first card out was love in that kind of sideways thing, which means that's the problem, okay? So we'll leave that up here. So there's a problem, or someone has bottom of the deck, right? So there's a concern when it surrounds love. And love in this sense, I'm not getting this is a romantic love per se. Remember, love can be family love. It can be love, animal, love, like, responsibility for an animal. It could be a child. It could be anything that is capable, or we are capable of having feelings for, that manifest themselves into love, okay? But right now it's a problem, okay? So let's see. What is the community facing when it comes to love? What's the problem with the community? What are we facing when it comes to love? What's the problem? Is it a romantic love? Oh, okay. Anger. There's some anger there. Okay. All right. Okay. So what about anger? Wow. What about anger? Look what flies out. The past. Okay, anger is about the past. And confidence. Okay. Wow. So with this, I'm getting very specifically that we have some unresolved anger about a past situation, and we are not possessing the confidence to move forward with it, right? To move forward with it. And you saw these cards fly out, right? So we have frustration, and we're being asked to surrender it, Okay. We're trying to make a situation better here. Okay. We're trying to make a situation better. With anger and ghost, this is anger over a past situation or a past person. Okay. It's something in the past. It could even be, I would say the past you, the former you. But because love came out sideways, I'm getting it's more a past person situation. Okay. All right. I'll put the cards the way they normally are. Okay. We're angry because we didn't have the confidence to speak our mind, to say whatever the problem was. We didn't have our confidence to do that. So we just kind of quieted ourselves, stayed quiet. Okay. That created frustration. Right? That created frustration. Currently, you currently have frustration because you didn't use the confidence in order to speak up for yourself. You didn't use your confidence to tell someone how you feel. And I'm getting honestly tell them how you feel. I'm getting here. You told someone how you felt, but you told them, had to get my water, but you told them out of anger. You didn't tell them, you weren't honest with them. That's the problem. You weren't honest. Divine is asking you to surrender. Asking you to surrender the frustration. Give up this journey that you're on. I'm not seeing that you're being asked to reconcile. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing that you're being asked to surrender. Give it up. Okay? In other words, forgive yourself. That's what I'm seeing. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself because you're not going to, I don't see the situation making itself better, because the situation can only make itself better through you, through your confidence. And right now you don't have it. You're not, it's like community is living, someone in the community is living through their ego. They're not living through love, right? Because love doesn't know an ego. It doesn't know it. Okay. Let's get some more information on this past situation. Can you please give me some information on this past situation? Right. So you're being asked to surrender, kind of leave it alone, basically. Forgive yourself, leave it alone, and move on. Because this has been a long time. This is a really long time here. And what happens a lot of times when this starts, when anger starts, it's because frustration, meaning you or the person who this is about is angry at yourself. You're frustrated at yourself because you didn't call, you didn't speak up, you may have said something to this person that was really evil. You know, because we do that as humans. We try to hurt the other person, but we're really hurting ourselves, right? Because once you say it to the person, they have to accept it. They have to hear it, accept it, or reject it. And if you're saying something mean to someone, you know they heard it, but if they did not respond, you don't know if they accepted it or rejected it. And that's what's getting you upset. You don't know how they took the message, but you're not going to know. You're not going to know. It's telling me here. So I asked about ghost or past situation. What about it? The situation brought you comfort. I knew it. Whatever the past situation is or past person, you were bought, bottom of the deck is space. Which confirms what I said earlier, leave it alone, right? Surrender. They brought you comfort, they brought you love, right? They really were a person that like was your rock. You could put your head on their shoulder no matter what. no matter what, and they were there for you. Okay. Um, it's kind of sad there. Okay. But there's success, right? So there's success. It came out right under comfort. Was talking about comfort, success. Okay. So when you were with them, it brought you comfort and success. You felt successful with them. You felt successful. Okay. You felt successful, accomplished, loved. You felt like you could do anything. Her and this baby doll again. Community dog. Poo poo. That's her nickname, Poo Poo. Um, enough with the baby, okay? Mommy's gonna go take that from you in a minute, okay? Ooh, did y'all hear her? She took a loud sigh breath, like I wish you would. Okay, I'm about to go get the doll soon. So anyway, they brought you success. They made you feel successful, right? That's the kind of situation this is. Um, I'm not getting that it was 100% a relationship, meaning I'm not getting that this was a love, like a lover. For some of you, it will be, okay? For some of you, it absolutely will be. But for others, hold on. Oh, this thing just froze again.